Shayne Patrick Burke, age 35, was a United States Army vet. Shayne had been deployed twice to Iraq and survived a brain tumor. Shayne lives in South Hadley, Massachusetts with his wife Chloe. The couple married in 2022. Shayne and Chloe are both huge nature and animal lovers. The couple has a 7-year-old dog they named Cadence. Chloe is an emergency medical technician at American Medical Response and also works as a customer service representative at Channing Beat Company. She's currently going through nursing school. Shayne and his wife were on a trip to Grand Teton National Park in western Wyoming. Grand Teton National Park is over 310,000 acres. It includes the major peaks of the 40-mile-long Teton Range, and most of the northern parts of the valley is known as Jackson Hole. Grand Teton National Park is only approximately 10 miles south of Yellowstone National Park. The park gets its name from Grand Teton, the tallest mountain in the Teton Range. The ecosystem of Grand Teton National Park consists of over 300 species of birds, over a dozen species of fish, and many species of mammals, lizards, and amphibians. The park is a popular recreational area for hiking, fishing, mountaineering, and camping. On Sunday, May the 19th in 2024, Shayne parted from his wife in the parking lot to look for great gray owls on Signal Mountain. He told his wife he would be back in about an hour and started on the hike. About an hour and a half into the track, he knew his wife was waiting and probably getting worried, so he turned to head back. He attempted to use his GPS on his phone to hurry his way back to the parking lot, but the signal was poor. He began to walk quickly and talk to himself aloud so he wouldn't surprise any bears. He couldn't shake feeling uncomfortable. When he came upon a thickly forested area, he noticed a bear cub making its way up the hill about 70 yards ahead of him. He realized this was not good, so he removed his bear spray from his side. He immediately noticed the mother bear charging. Shayne was no novice. He knew running was not an option, so he stood his ground. He yelled at the bear. He quickly realized there wasn't enough time to deploy the bear spray. The bear was too close. Shayne turned and threw himself on the ground, face first, and wrapped his hands around his neck, interlocking his fingers to protect his arteries. The bear bit into his upper back on the right side and slashed with her claws. The pain caused Shayne to scream in agony. The bear turned and stepped on his back and began biting one of his legs. She picked him up and slammed him to the ground numerous times, each time biting into another part of his leg. In total, she bit each leg approximately 3 times, including his buttocks on each side. Shayne had the presence of mind to keep his hands locked around the back of his neck and his arms wrapped tightly against the sides of his neck. His bear spray was still attached to his hand. When the bear bit into his leg again, the pain was so intense Shayne screamed, and the bear went for the kill. She grabbed him by the back of the neck and bit into his one hand and wrist. Shayne heard a pop and thought the bear had bit into his skull. Shayne noticed the smell of pepper spray and realized that the bear had bitten into the bear spray can. The bear immediately stopped the attack and ran in the direction of her cubs. Shayne seized the opportunity and jumped to his feet. He got as far away as he could. He attempted to call his wife. When the call didn't go through, he texted her instead saying, "Attacked." She immediately called him back. With adrenaline pumping, he told her about the terrifying moments that he had just encountered. Shayne sat down with his back to a tree and a knife in his hand, hoping the bear would not return. Being an EMT, she began helping him figure out what he had in his possession and how to stop the bleeding. He then applied tourniquets made from his backpack and camera straps. His wife Chloe called 911 for him. A rescue helicopter was dispatched, but the area had poor signal, so it took some time before they could locate him. While sitting at the tree, Shayne recorded some videos to his loved ones in the event that he did not make it out alive. Eventually, the 911 operator was able to triangulate his location and relay it back to the helicopter. Once the helicopter knew the exact location, Shayne attempted to crawl to an area to make it easier for them. However, the first rangers showed up and began assessing the wounds. Their biggest concern was hypothermia. Shayne was airlifted to a nearby parking lot where an ambulance was waiting. He was rushed to St. John's Hospital. Shayne was immediately taken into surgery to clean and staple the wounds. Park rangers closed Signal Mountain, Summit Road, and the Signal Mountain Trail to all hiking until the attack was investigated. This is routine in all bear attacks. Shayne made a full recovery and contributes his wife, the bear spray, his training in the Army, and his equipment to saving his life. Shayne and Chloe recently did an interview with Good Morning America.
I mean, I identified that it was definitely a cub. I locked up, and it's the decision making in such a fearful moment. It's insane how fast it all happens. I don't know. I just went to pure instinct. I just was like, okay, I'm not going to be able to spray this animal. That's when I ducked and covered. She just bit down each leg, and she picked me up and kind of thrashed me around. That's when she went towards my head. But I kept my hands interlocked like this and just trying to protect my arteries in my neck. She bit down and got my left wrist and my right hand. I heard a pop. And at that point in my head, I was like, all right, she's in my skull. But then the pepper kind of hit me, and I was like, you're still alive. So she goes right into EMT mode, telling me to improvise tourniquets.
I hung up the phone not knowing if I had just spoken to my husband for the last time.
Like, please don't kill the bear. She was just defending her cub. The brain tumor surgery.
It went really well.
Yeah, I was good after that, but, the universe decided to test me again, I guess.
No one ever starts their day thinking, I'm going to get attacked by a bear today. It happened to us. And I'm really grateful that my husband was prepared and had these wonderful instincts to be able to preserve his life and make it back to us.
Shayne told reporters that the bear attack was the most violent thing he's ever experienced in his life. Shayne's family and friends were not shocked that he had survived. One friend said, I know I've said this already, but I'll say it again. But you are a true warrior. If anyone could withstand a grizzly attack, it would be you. So glad you are going to be okay, sending all the healing vibes and support your way. Another friend said, all I can say is, oh my goodness, you definitely have an angel watching over you, praying for your recovery, love you. And another said, unreal, you seem to have 9 lives. Critical thinking in a critical situation kept you alive. Glad you are okay. Here's to a speedy recovery. And yet another said, you're one hell of a fighter, and thankfully extremely smart in these situations. And to say don't kill the bear shows me how much we think alike, and the appreciation for wildlife that you have. I'm so sorry this was your trip outcome, but damn, you have some wild stories to tell. Bears come out of hibernation in the spring, the Park Services said in a release. They search for available food and often scavenge animals that have died during the winter. The Park Services said the first grizzly bear sighting this year in Grand Teton was on March the 26th. They state that means bear season has begun. All of Teton County is now in occupied grizzly bear habitat, the Park Services stated. The park says visitors are encouraged to carry bear spray, make noise, secure food, and be alert of their surroundings. They are also advised not to run if they see a bear. The Park Services say that bears' behavior is very complex. Like people, bears react differently to each situation. Bears may appear tolerant of people and then attack without warning. A bear's body language can help you determine its mood, the park said. Let's look at some useful tips to prevent human and bear conflicts. Always secure food and never leave it unattended. Always dispose of garbage in bear-resistant dumpster. Do not cook or eat in your tent, and never store food in your tent. Keep your camp area clean and stick to all food storage rules made by the park. Store all cooking equipment, pet food, coolers, and toiletries inside bear-resistant lockers. Respect all wildlife and their areas. If you see a bear, give it a wide berth. Always stay at least 100 yards away. In the backcountry, carry bear spray and know how to use it beforehand. Keep it easily accessible. Make noise, especially in places where it's difficult to see around thick woods and other areas. Be alert and aware of what is around you. Hike in groups of at least 3, preferably more. If you notice a bear, do not run. Back up slowly to a safe distance. Shayne Patrick Burke was an experienced outdoorsman and a well-trained Army vet. He did everything right and still got attacked. Sometimes it's not what you do or what you know, it's the situation that you're in. Shayne's amazing ability to withstand such a powerful animal and not move his hands was extraordinary. That, his wife's assistance, and his bear spray all helped save Shayne's life on that dreadful day. Remarkably, Shayne does not blame the bear at all. In fact, he told the rangers to not hunt down and destroy the bear, that she was only protecting her cubs. That is a true animal lover. After an investigation, rangers and park biologists found that the bear was acting in defense of its cubs in a surprise encounter and decided they would not destroy the bear.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more from Wild Animal Network.